Hello, gorgeous guests, and welcome to another episode of Ember and Olive. This one is another interview podcast, and I'm super excited to share it with you. I was lucky enough to sit down with my friend Jem last time I was in England, and she is an absolutely incredible woman. She runs so many businesses, and if you've followed me for a while and you've seen the amazing hair extensions that I always have, she's the one that does those. So it was really great to sit down and talk to her about how she built her empire off the back of lockdown after living a very different lifestyle. We also discuss how studying therapy helped her journey into entrepreneurship and how being a creative person makes it really hard to streamline a business. We also speak about men and why she doesn't work with them, but we also talk about why we love them so much still. I'm just going to put out a disclaimer before the beginning of this video. We discuss some pretty raw subjects in this episode, which I think is important. Some of those subjects include masculine and feminine energy, and I just want to make it clear that we are coming from a spiritual standpoint and how these energies reside in all of us, dependent on whatever gender you identify with. We also talk about meditation and finding inner calm and how that helps our mental health journey. Please know that this is all based on personal experiences, and it's not necessarily the right answer for everyone. We talk about medication, and I also want to make it clear that what works for some people doesn't work for others. For some people, the correct route is taking medication. So please don't think that I am completely anti-meds when it comes to mental health, because I am 100% pro finding the best course of action for each individual and what works for them. So that being said, let's jump into this episode. I'm so excited for you guys to hear it. We literally sat down and just didn't stop talking for an hour. So I've actually had to split this episode into two sections, and this is part one. I hope you enjoy it. You do so much, which is why I wanted to talk to you in the first place, because I've known you for ages, and I knew you as the woman who does my amazing hair extensions. And it feels weird that we're having this conversation on camera and neither of us actually have your hair extensions in right now. We're both rocking the natural. Like I'm normally an advert for you constantly.
Yeah, literally.
But
well, we need a break sometimes, you know. It's good for the hair.
It's good for the hair to take a little break every now and then.
It is.
But yeah, I want to hear about all the other stuff you do, because you do so many things. So tell me, list it off. Okay. I want to start from there.
The foundation of my empire is Candy Crime. So that's my hair business. Like that's what most people that know me for.
Yeah.
Is the hair, the dreadlocks, and you know all the alternative hairstyling. So off the back of that, during lockdown, I obviously couldn't do hair. Well, prior to that, actually, I was actually a dancer.
Okay.
I used to get my kit off and fling around a pole and things like that.
We love
so
it.
I did that for 12 years. I built Candy Crime on the side of dancing because I needed to do something else as well as dance, because I was only working on the weekends. And as you know, I've got far too much energy to just have one job. So that's where that started. Then lockdown came along. I'd given up the dancing. I was doing hair full time. Lockdown meant that I couldn't do hair anymore. So I was like, oh, what can I do? I'm sat there going, I've got to do something.
Now I've got too much time again.
Yeah, so what I did is I did several courses. I started off by doing my PTTLS, which is basically where you qualify to train people in a skill. So I'd done hair for years and years. I thought, right, I'll build a training academy. So then when we come out of lockdown, I can go and train all the salons and do all that sort of stuff. Then I kind of whizzed through that, and there was not much else to do there. I had a lot of issues at the time. So I'd come out of a previous relationship. I was in a bit of a bad place. I was making bad decisions, and coming out of the dancer environment, obviously it's not the best environment to be in, really, because there's a lot of drama, a lot of alcohol, and more. And it's not a healthy lifestyle at all. So after the breakup, I was in a bit of a bad place. I had anxiety all the time. I was having panic attacks all the time. Couldn't go and get therapy because we were in lockdown, and I needed therapy. So I thought I wanted to get cognitive behavioural therapy. So I thought, well, I can't go and get a session face to face, and I didn't like the whole idea of like the Zoom.
Yeah.
It was too personal. I was like, I don't want to do it online. Other people could be listening.
Yeah, it feels impersonal doing
Yeah.
online therapy sessions. It's harder. It
Yeah.
feels harder for me personally. Like,
Yeah.
and I think for other people, it feels more
It's just like more-
appropriate to go and sit down with someone.
Yeah,
on a personal
100%. It
level.
almost felt a bit intrusive that way. So I
Mm.
was like, I'll just learn it myself.
Yeah.
So I enrolled onto a course and I learned cognitive behavioural therapy. Then I decided to learn neuro-linguistic programming because it helped me a lot. I started meditating all the time. I started being more mindful. I was journaling. I was like writing affirmations. I was doing lots of things that were really good for the soul and really grounding me. And it helped me so much that I decided to write a book. So I wrote a book. I had that published. I started coaching other people that were struggling during lockdown. I just built this random business out of nowhere through self-help, basically.
Yeah.
So that's how my coaching side of my business started. It was originally to help people out of a bad place and kind of help them grow. I eventually found that quite draining. I'm quite an empath, so I absorb everyone's energy. And I was like, this is a lot. I was kind of taking on everyone's problems.
Yeah.
And although I really enjoyed it, and we need people like that out there, I couldn't do that long term. So I went down more like manifesting your dream life sort of vibe, kind of swiveled down that road.
Yeah.
This happens all the time with entrepreneurship. You have this concept in your head of something that you want to do, like a business that you want to build. And then it ends up just swerving off into all different directions.
Yeah, there's like so many different options. You start with this
You
one
and I
idea.
are a prime example.
Yeah.
We're like, we're going to do this and this. And
I'm
this
going to
and
do this thing, and then it's going to do, and then I'm going to do this,
Yeah,
this,
and I'm
this,
really good at
off the
this, so
back
I
of
should do
that.
this.
Yeah. And now I want to do this because I'm distracted. Like, this looks fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what happens, and that's what entrepreneurship is, and that's how you end up like almost mastering life. And eventually you find your thing. But you can't find your thing without trying all the other things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You find your strengths.
Yeah.
And you start to like you have these passions and you find a strength and you're like, but I also really enjoy this. Maybe I'll add that into that and I'll put that and that together and I'll try and do this. Like, you're really good at art.
Yeah.
And I know that you've mentioned before that. Am I allowed to talk about it?
Yeah. See my face.
I'm
like,
looking at you like,
we're talking about my
chicken and
art.
the-
Oh my
No,
goodness.
No, but you are, and you've said before that you'd love to go down like one day you'd love to tattoo, and I'm like, you really should do that because you're actually incredible art, and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not good enough, but you are. But one day that's going to be like a thing that you'll be doing as well. Like, there's so many things that you're passionate about and that you're so good at. And you just build these things, don't you, as you go through life?
I think it's hard. I'm kind of personally in the phase at the moment where I've got so many different things and none of them feel connected at the moment.
Yes, that's
and
exactly
I'm like,
what I had.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I've got the fire performer thing that I've been doing for
Yeah.
ages. I've got my modelling, like that all works
And
together.
you're
And
good
it's
at
been working
coaching
for
and things
ages.
as well.
I'm still halfway through my coaching course.
Yes.
I haven't actually finished it.
But we spoke about this I don't even know when it was, like a year ago. No, not
Yeah.
a year ago, probably less than a year ago, like
A while ago,
7
yeah.
months ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't, when was it? I can't remember, but I remember you saying to me, like, I want to somehow tie everything together. And you obviously started doing the teaching because you've been teaching me in fire and trying to tie everything in. And I had the exact thing for years until literally about 12 months ago.
Really?
That is the first time that I clicked, and I was like, like I said earlier, I was swerving in all these different directions of coaching. I was like, I'm a life coach, I'm a trauma coach, I'm a manifestation coach, I'm going to do this coach and that coach. And I was like, nothing was really, really, really giving me that buzz. And I was like, something's not quite right. And obviously I train people in the dreads and I help them build their business to follow what I do with Candy Crime. People are like, I want to do what you do. So I help them build it from scratch. And I mentor them right up until they're ready to just go and be free and do it themselves. And I really enjoy that. So I was like, hang on a minute. I'm really good at building businesses.
Yeah.
I'm good at like motivating people and building things.
Yeah.
Well, not physically. I'm
Creating
rubbish at
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
ask me to build a table because it won't happen. It'll have one
DIY
leg.
skills not so great. No? Okay.
But the like building a business and helping people like figure out what they want to do. That's something that I'm good at because I've had to do it myself so many times. And yeah, just about 12 months ago, I think I had 3 books published by then, and then I did my Candy Crime book, and I've done all these things, and I'm like, there's still something missing. And it just clicked, and I was like, I'm going to be a business coach.
It makes so much sense.
For now.
Honestly, for now. Until the next thing comes along.
Until the next
obviously.
thing comes along, and then I'll be something else.
Yeah.
But that's how it all started for me, and that's what I do. So I've got Candy Crime. I train salons all over the UK in alternative hairstyling, so like the dreadlock extensions and the wavy dreads that have become really popular. I'm currently building an online training platform to cater for people outside of the UK. I get contacted by people in the US and Australia all the time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I can't really do anything because you're so far away.
Yeah.
So they, I've said to a lot of people, would you be interested if I created like an online training thing? And they're like, well, yeah, that's what we're looking for. So I'm working on a really like good one at the moment. I don't just want to rush through it and chuck it up, because I want it to be really valuable, like my one-to-one sessions.
Absolutely.
So, and then on the side, I do my business coaching, but I've niched it down to work with people that I want to work with. Whereas before I wanted everyone, because I thought it was more business, more money, and I wasn't quite seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, because you've spoken quite a lot recently on your social media about that, haven't you? About like niching down and making it really personal so that you're getting the clients that A, want to work with you, and like B, you want to work with them.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's all well and good catering for everyone, but then you're not necessarily going to find that as fulfilling.
No.
You really want to speak to your people.
Exactly.
And work with those people. And then you're still getting a very fulfilling job and a fulfilling life. And you're helping people that you genuinely care about.
Yes.
And who really value you as a person as well.
Precisely. And it's also connecting with people that are like, I find the more creative, witchy people, not just witchy people, but the more creative people, if that makes sense, are a lot more kind of inspired and naturally creative and naturally entrepreneurial and want to do well. So everyone like us seem to be very similar, and the only thing that some of us struggle with is trying to niche down and like find your thing and skyrocket it.
It's definitely something that like I struggle with, because I want to do so many different things.
It's not the creativity,
and
it's the implementing the structure.
The structure of making it all fit into one thing
in one package
is the hard part that like people struggle with. I struggle with it, and at the moment I'm kind of okay with it. I've got all these different things, and I'm like, do you know what? They're all very different, and I'm okay with them all being very different for now.
Yeah.
Because I kind of understand eventually it'll all click and it'll all make sense and go into one direction.
Yeah.
But
and
I think that's
all
what
just click
people
into
struggle
place.
with, isn't it? Is like getting it to all come together and make sense in a package that's then marketable.
Exactly. And people like us don't really and I used to work with people that didn't so much have much motivation, which is, I used to enjoy doing that as well, as helping people be more inspired and motivated and happier. But now I've gone into more the business sort of thing. It really helps working with creative people that already naturally are really motivated and really like they give everything 110%. Every like thing that I give them to do, they'll listen and they'll do it 110% because they want to do well.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different type of person.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that with people that want to learn fire as well. People are like passionate about it.
Yeah, and they really want to learn, and they'll try really hard.
They're like trying so hard, and
they look up to you.
Yeah, it's really lush.
Yeah.
Do you work with a lot of men, or is it pretty much just women?
I don't actually work with any men.
I was just wondering, like, if you have any male clients.
I have nothing against them.
Yeah. Is that a personal choice, or is that just happened? Oh, it is a personal choice.
It's a personal choice. It's not just happened. So at the start, I only wanted to work with women anyway. I have some traumatizing events with men anyway, so I didn't really want to have to work closely with men. And also, I think you do have to be a bit careful when you're a young-ish. Although my boyfriend did call me a cougar once, so maybe I'm not that young.
Wow.
A young-ish. brave. A young-ish girl. You've got to be a bit careful anyway, because there are some dodgy people out there. And at one point I was doing, well, I still do now, I do like one-on-one coaching in person as well. So I'm a bit careful with things like that from bad experiences in the past.
Fair enough.
But also, men are a whole different kettle of fish. I find that the new generation of men, and this is just my opinion, this isn't like a full-on feminist, like full-blown rant, but I find that a lot of them struggle with life. Not life, no, that's really mean. I am a business coach for creative women to create an empire for themselves and be free and independent, because in the past we've maybe always relied on, like, it's been brainwashed into us in the past that the men are the ones that go out and work and have an empire that are really successful.
Yeah.
And actually women can do that too.
Yeah.
And not all men think the same. So this is just like a portion, but a big portion of the new generation of men. I find they're not as creative or motivated anymore.
Yeah.
They do struggle more as well. And I think that's because it's, you know, they've been told that it's okay to have emotions and it's okay to not, it's difficult to word it, isn't it? 'Cause you have to be really careful how you word things these days.
To not push yourself too hard.
Exactly. And that is okay.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And that's a good thing, I think. But it also means that they now, I think, struggle more than ever before.
Do you think there's like a bit of an imbalance now?
Hugely.
Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah, it's...
I think they'd be really difficult to work with because I don't have, as probably just from my own bad experiences, but I don't have the patience. Yeah. And I'm not as tolerant as I used to be. Yeah. So if I've got somebody there that's like, oh, you know, I really want to do something, but I don't know what I want to do, and then you try and help them and all they do is moan about it, it's like, well, I find women don't do that as much. Women are more go-getters and they get up and get on with it. And when they get to the point that they're really fed up and they want to do something different, they will put 110% into it. Yeah. Men kind of need looking after a little bit more and patting on the head a little bit more, and I don't have the tolerance to do that.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it probably doesn't really work with the dynamic of your business.
No.
Like, but yeah, I can see how it would be more difficult
and I think
to work
my
with men
vibe
sometimes.
in general probably wouldn't attract many men anyway. I've never had one inquiry from a man to do coaching with. I've obviously interacted with male entrepreneurs that are very like spiritual and creative like we are, that are absolutely amazing, really inspirational, love talking to them. Like when I did the podcast with Liam, he's a really inspirational person. But a lot of these people, a lot of the guys that are really successful, as like us women really, have been through like trauma, and they are a different type of person. But the majority, you know, I enjoy helping women. I enjoy helping women that are just fed up of being walked all over by men and just they want something for themselves. They want to build an empire for themselves and be more, you know, do something for them. I'm quite about like female empowerment, but without the feminist side to it, because I do love men as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing as well, because I was very like feminism for a really long time.
You?
For like a long time.
I find that too much.
And
it gives me
and then I've like recently over the last few years I've had a real change in my energy and how I feel about all of that, because I do think there's a dynamic, and I do think men are so important to us.
They are.
And we need to value
and we
men.
Love them.
We love them
we do.
very much, and we need them, and there needs to be balance instead of a power struggle. I feel like that's where this imbalance comes from.
Though.
It's like a competition, like the
always
patriarchy existed, and now there's this like matriarchal thing coming in, and it's like, well, actually we need to find a balance where everyone's works
just equal
together
and everyone works together.
And like some people have different strengths, and like the masculine and feminine energy resides within all of us. We all have masculine energy and feminine energy.
But I feel like it's just gone.
But it's all just like, it's kind of just swapped sides
like
now.
The women are like,
so now all of these women are so like masculine, and all of the men are very feminine, and everyone's like very confused by that.
I think so, but I think it hasn't helped. Like, you've got all these campaigns out there and all these things going on. I mean, I don't like to get into politics because I'm just not a political person at all. It frustrates me. But I feel like there's been so many things that have been put out there that are like increasing the extravagance of all these things that are kind of like, hang on, that's a lot, that's a bit much. Like, do we really need to be throwing out campaigns about this and having protests about this? Like, it's a lot.
And there's so many extreme people as well. There's some very extreme feminists out there, and there's some very extreme, incel kind of like masculine guys who are very anti-woman. And unfortunately, like, younger generations are influenced by what they see and hear online, and like it's just making the divide bigger and bigger.
It is.
And like what we really want is to come together.
It's just
and
everyone
understand
just
each
chill
other.
out.
Yeah,
everyone just chill and calm down. Just enjoy each other, you know.
I think it's easier.
It's got so extreme though.
Yeah, I think as you get older, as a woman, for me anyway, like I'm heading towards 30 quite quickly now, and I'm kind of realizing, hey, men aren't that bad. Like, I was very angry for a long time, and I'm like,
Yes.
actually, I've healed my own internal stuff.
Yeah.
And I think once you do
100%.
that, you kind of go, oh, okay, maybe it's not
Maybe it's not that bad.
it's not all a man problem. Maybe
Yeah.
I could just back down on this one and like
Yeah.
be a bit more
100%.
open. And when you are more open, like I found I've met much better men to be around
Yes.
by changing my personal
Your
views and my energy about it.
Energy is a massive, massive thing when it comes to like how you feel around anyone.
Yeah.
Like massively, or like any topic or conversation, like your energy will just
It's so important.
Yeah, it is massively. I still have like I probably still have things in me that I definitely need to heal when it comes to men, because my tolerance is quite low.
Yeah.
But not in the way that I'm like, you know, you get the like feminist groups and stuff. I do struggle with that because I'm like, okay, that's a bit too much for me. I don't like big power energy. I like power energy, but not like that.
But like a different type of power.
I still want to protect them, you know. I still love them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just struggle. I just don't have the patience. That's all.
Yeah,
because
which
men
is
are different
totally
to
fair.
women.
Yeah, and I think I'm the same as well. And I'm like in no way fully healed from anything. Like
no, I'm definitely not. But
work has
enough.
happened. Yeah, enough to make
for now.
Yeah, to make the view sort of change a little bit and be a bit more open and a bit more like understanding.
Softer.
Yeah, which
But
opens you up to a lot of things. I think having a softer energy in general opens you up to a lot more. Like whether it comes to business or men or anything that you're doing, being a little bit more calm can bring in what you actually want in the first place.
Yeah, 100%.
What you're fighting for.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed that conversation that I had with Jem as much as I enjoyed having it. Part 2 will be with you next week, where we delve a little bit more into spirituality and some other hot topics. So make sure you join me then. And until then, stay safe, stay warm, and take care. Love, love.